My name is Barbara Ndubu. I'm the creative director of Oven Secret Limited. I bake novelty wedding cakes and every type of cake you think of. After my master's, I went into the job market to search for a job like every graduate would do, but I couldn't find one. So I decided to start up a business, which was this cake business I do currently. So I kicked off this business in 2015 September. Having learned the craft of cake decoration before I got back to Nigeria, that actually helped me to, decide on what to do on the side while waiting for a job. I learned the craft of cake decoration in London before I finished my degree, my master's degree actually. When I started putting in my CV for jobs, and I figured out that it was really quite difficult, I wasn't getting responses. So before I completed my course, I looked out, on the internet. I checked, websites, and I looked for places where they taught, the act of cake decoration. And then I found one in Greenwich, London, which is called Fair Cake. So that was where I went and enrolled, and then learned the craft for 2 weeks. And then, the plan was actually just to learn how to bake. It wasn't, at that point, I didn't learn that craft because my mind was not in starting up a business. My mind was getting a job, a white collar job like every other person, But then when it now became so difficult for me to get one, I decided to start this little skill I learned on the side as a business. So I baked for family and friends, and then from there, customers started coming in asking for cake orders. The customer tells us what they want. Depends on who they are ordering the cake for, what the person likes, the football club the person likes, or the person is into fashion, the person is into oil and gas, and then they make their choice and tell you, okay, I want something that has to do with my job. So it's left for us to think out, or to think about what, is going to fit the customer's specifications they have given us. And then when we do that, we go back to the drawing board and start trying to figure out how we're going to arrive at what the customer wants. For cakes like the stadium cake, we go and get the actual picture of the stadium in real life, and then pick up colors, size, and then start baking and decorating. We use molds. There are some cake tools we use that make it easier for us to achieve these complicated designs. So we do it in stages. We bake first. After baking, we do the first covering. And sometimes we have to create those little things on the cake like 2 days before, so they become dry to stand on the cake. So those cake molds and cake tools help us achieve those details on the cake. Yes, it has to do with art. It has to do with art because I think originally I had a flair for art. Like I could draw very well, and so that was a plus when it comes to designing. It helps me, walk around creating different designs. Throwing back to my first degree, we had courses where we had to do technical drawing, engineering drawing, and then when we do that, in the engineering aspect, we create 3D designs, 2D, submit assignments. Every single assignment came with a drawing. So somehow that helped me improve my skill of drawing. And bringing it to cakes, it also helped in creating beautiful cakes, because in situations where the customer has no idea of what they have to do, you have to start, maybe draw a sketch or draw an idea of what you want to do before you start baking the cakes. Inspiration. I get inspiration from many things. I get inspiration from things I see. I get inspiration from nature, from buildings, walking on the road, you see a can, like, okay, can we actually bake this can in form of a cake? I also get inspirations from other bakers that are very good in the baking industry, both foreign bakers and Nigerian bakers. When I go to their pages, I see their work and say, okay, this is a building cake or it's a house cake. Let me see if I can do that. So that's how I get my inspiration, really. There are a whole lot of challenges like human resources, getting staff that could do exactly what I do and then do it very well. Yeah, so that's one of the major challenges I've faced. Secondly is because of the baking industry is so saturated, there are a whole lot of bakers. So you have to breaking into the market, like being the number one that everybody comes to order cakes from, has also been a challenge. But somehow when I bake my cakes and put on my social media, I tend to get more customers. Last year, June, yeah, I was nominated for Forbes Africa. I thought, it wasn't I just felt I hadn't gotten to that stage where I'll be on Forbes. I mean, I'm still struggling and looking for money. I don't even have money. So what's the whole Forbes thing about? So they made us understand that it wasn't about what you had. It wasn't about your financial, yes, it was about the impact you have made or how far you've gone in your craft and how many years it took you to get there. So they asked for some certain documentations like financial statements, how many staff you have, pictures of your work, where you see yourself in 10 years. So I submitted it. And after I did that, I was picked for stage 2. I got into stage 2 of the screening. And so in the stage 2 of the screening, they also asked us for more things, like we should submit some names of customers that have ordered cakes from us so they could, call them and ask them if what they ordered from us was good. I did that. They asked for our CV because they wanted to know our educational background. I did that. So after we did all that, I was nominated. I was listed on Forbes 30 under 30 Africa. It's not like it's compulsory. It's in my own case, anybody that finishes school wants to work. You won't just want to sit at home doing nothing. So it's not like it's compulsory. If you have a business that you have to do that is going to do well and you're going to grow in that business, fine, you could go for it. If you find a white collar, if I found a white collar job, I won't be baking. No, I would have been working somewhere. So I believe it's it has to do with what you actually want. But then the most important thing is not settling or not giving up. Like, okay, I can't find a job. Fine, you go into the room or stay in your space and get depressed or get frustrated. You have to keep trying out new things. If this doesn't work, you try this until you find something that works out for you. Yeah, presently every celebration has. If there's no cake in a party, it's like there's something missing. House opening, people want cakes. Baby dedication, people want cake. Birthday parties, even banks order cakes for their customers and for their staff. So the demand for cake is really high. That's actually what is helping us. You get, and then people are going past these basic cake designs. Someone wants to order a construction cake, a stadium cake, a house cake. People are moving past that simple round cake that used to be in vogue in the past. So that's actually helping us, get money. I am part of them, but I'm not the only one because other bakers are also. There's a lot of competition out there. When you think you've done something outstanding, the next thing you see somebody else do something, very creative. So there are a whole lot of bakers bringing out this new trend in the industry. Now, every day we grow. Yeah. So there's always something bigger than where you are, and you get even big established entrepreneurs are still going far and improving and expanding their business. Well, I'm still growing. I'm still a small business. I see myself as a small business owner because there are a lot of things that have to come into play. Expansion, moving to a bigger place, accommodating people that you can train and all that. So I just think the growth is constant. In the beginning, it was rough. It wasn't so much. You understand? The struggle was, I wasn't even based in Lagos. I was based in Port Harcourt. That was where I started my cake business. But somehow, it wasn't moving for me in Port Harcourt, and I was still living with my parents. and then I was getting more cake orders from Lagos while I was in Port Harcourt. However, customers refused to accept that, okay, can I send your cake from Port Harcourt to Lagos? So I said to myself, what's the point of staying in Port Harcourt when I have people in Lagos waiting for me, asking for cake? And then so I relocated in 2016 to Lagos. And since I came to Lagos, it's been very, the amount of customers I get has greatly increased. Year after year, the more I improve myself, the more people get fascinated about my work, the more they order the cakes. And then also referrals as well. When I bake cake for this customer, people attend the birthday parties, and then next thing, they take my contact details from my cake and call for more cakes. Okay, this right here is part of an achievement. I mean, not everyone gets to have people walk into their, bakery to get interviewed. I've also been featured on some newspaper publications. I've been featured on Forbes. I made it to the Forbes 30 under 30 Africa list. I've been, recognized by Nigerian Bakers Association. So that's about it. My projection. In 10 years' time or in 5 years' time, I see myself as, I see my business, rather not myself, as one of the most sought after bakeries in Nigeria. And globally, I see myself being recognized by organizations, investors, and those that appreciate my craft. We bake the naked cakes. We mix the ingredients: eggs, butter, sugar, milk, if necessary. After baking, we keep the cake to cool, because if you cover the cake when it's hot, it will go bad. So we bake, keep to cool for like 2 hours. When the cake has completely cooled, we start decoration. And after decoration, we package and deliver to the client. It's not compulsory to be educated before you could bake cake. Anybody can learn a skill, even someone who is not educated. However, being educated is a plus, because if you plan to run a business, it's going to help you, give you an insight on what to do, how to manage your staff, how to manage your income, how to save, and know when to invest, know when to expand. But then, if you are not educated, you could actually still learn the craft of cake decoration and do well in it. Yes, I do train. I train people. I train students, both online and on site, like hands-on trainings. I have people who come for private trainings. I have other bakers in other states who also invite me to their own facility, and then I train students on how to bake cakes. It's been amazing. I mean, I've had a couple of, I've trained at least 300 students so far since I started this business. This is a school actually, when I want to, but then yes, I'm looking forward to have a bigger place where I can accommodate more people and train them. My advice to people out there who are in this position is to develop yourself and not wait for the government or people, family to put food on your table or to tell you what to do. You go out there, look for a skill. If it's a service-based skill you want to learn, fine and good. You have to just push yourself and make sure you develop a skill that could help you set up a business and just keep pushing. So that's my advice to upcoming graduates who are unemployed.
Fixing of hair is tiring these days. It has got to the stage that there are some hair that complement your outfit. So that is why a lot of ladies, they want to have a lot of different wigs. They believe when you are wearing a long dress, you should wear a short wig on it. So a lot of ladies want to get wigs so that they can complement with their outfits. business has been a very good one for me because I was born and brought up in it. My mother has been selling hair even before I was born. So while I'm schooling, I'm still into the business at the same time, helping her actually born. Not with the intention of selling, but as time goes on, I grew up in the business and I feel it's something I can continue with. So since then, I've been into the business and it's been very fun. Yeah, because I was born and brought up in it. Then my mothers were selling synthetic and human hair. A lot of people can only afford to buy synthetic. And once they use it after 2 weeks, they throw it and still get another one. But as time goes on, people are gathering money to buy human hair because they believe they will use it for long. They will be able to use it for like 2-3 years. So by the time you calculate that, you know it's cheaper than using synthetic. And also, human hair is not something everybody can afford. So that's why it's really difficult for some people to buy it. But looking at the way synthetic you use after 2 weeks, you throw it away. So you will still feel you should gather your money and just buy human hair that you can use for 2-3 years. Most of them are directly from people's hair. They are processed and they are mixed with some animals' hair. Some of them are mixed with synthetic hair. There are some that are human hair blends. Those ones are a combination of human hair and synthetic. And when you have a lot of synthetic, like 80% synthetic and 20% human hair, that's when you would say it's mixed fiber. That's what a lot of people call fiber, but they still have a little synthetic because you can as well do what you are doing to human hair with them. You can use them as human hair, but as time goes on, you feel they are freezing, and then you will know that it's not real human hair. Real human hair, they are very reusable. They are tongueable. You can change their colors. You can do a lot of things. You can wash and set. You can roll them. So you can use your human hair for like 2 years and still decide to change the color after then. So that's why a lot of people want to use human hair. The human hair gets more patronage because people believe that they can use it for years, and they would rather prefer to save money and buy the human hair. And we have a lot of them. We have the virgin hairs, we have Brazilian hair, we have Peruvian hair, we have double drawn, we have super double drawns, and we also have donor. And the donor is really trending now because it's the kind of hair that even after you've used it for like 4 or 5 years, still look exactly the way it is. If it's the real donor straight hair, most especially the straight one of it, when you use them, it looks so much like you've not used them at all. It's something that you can actually resell to customers. Customers can come with them that they want you to sell those ones and get them another one. You understand what I'm saying? So the donor luxury has been the hair that is trendy and super double drawn. Like in our store, we give super double drawn 5 years guarantee. And luxury is like we can give you like 15 years warranty on luxury donor hair. That is if it's luxury donor hair. If you are selling a luxury donor hair, you give 15 years warranty, and the person will use it for almost forever because it's a very quality hair. Some of these hair are from Vietnam, and some are from super double drawns are from China. Luxury donor hair are mainly from Vietnam. And also, they have super double drawns too. Under this luxury donor, we have silky, straight, we have bone straight, we have romance curl, we have coily ones, we have the ones that are highly water friendly, like water curls. You use them and you maintain them with water. Likewise, the one from China as well. They have a lot of water curls, the ones that you will need to roll. Some are straight, some are slightly wavy. So different countries with different hairs. Like there are some that are Filipino hairs, and they are also very good too. They are just as good as the Vietnamese hair. A lot of vendors are dealing with China and Vietnam, because Actually, China coily hairs are very good. They are very easy to maintain. Unlike the Vietnamese coily hair. The Vietnamese coily hair, you find it difficult to sell to a lot of customers because it comes with a kind of shaggy texture. It's a good hair actually, but you find it difficult to explain to them at first because a lot of people believe the good hair has to be soft and silky. But Vietnamese coily hair, some of them are not as silky as customers are expecting them to be. They are kind of shaggy, but it still doesn't mean it's not a good hair. They are good hair, but they are difficult to sell to people because of the texture. So that is why China coily hairs goes faster in the market than the Vietnamese coily hair. But in terms of straight, the Vietnamese straight hair is very durable and there's this luxury look it gives when you wear it. The prices depends on the length, the color, and the quality of the hair you are buying. Like when you are buying a double drawn hair, the price of a double drawn hair is different from the price of super double draws, and the price for luxury donors are totally different from both super double draws and the double drones. And we also have some other cheap ones in the market that are packet hair. Those are the ones we have been selling even before they introduced all these naked hair. All these luxury donors, they are under naked hair. Even super double drones, they are under naked hair. But there are some good ones under this packet hair, a named brand. What I mean is a named brand. They have it like they have Nature, they have Supreme, they have other named brand that a lot of people have been using before even coming up with naked hair. A lot of Nigerians they love their hair very long. They love to wear long hairs. It's not as if they don't wear short weaves too, but I think like 80% of Nigerian ladies, they like to wear their hair. They want long weaves because they believe it complements with a lot of wears, a lot of things that they want to do. So they love to wear long weaves. Yeah, because natural black hair is the best color that most people want to use, because black is actually what you see and you will love. And as time goes on, before you will want to get a colored hair, you want to have like 2-3 blacks weave. So colored wigs are not something that is not always people's first choice when it comes to buying good quality hair. Most of the customers, they want to buy black hair. Then as time goes on, because of the durations, you can now change it to any color that you want later in future. The wigs that are made directly from China are made with low density. There's something they call density. They are not as full as when they are made here. There is the bundles, the weft. When you are making wigs from China, they still open the weft and make it a single weft. So when they are single wefts like that, they'll be able to fill them up. They'll fill the net up, and it looks like you look at it and you won't see space, but it's not as full as when the wefts are double. So when we use we just buy bundles and wig them here, because if you wig your product here, you still get the same volume of hair that you are using. Unlike when you are buying directly from them, when you are buying wigs directly from them, the bundles they use, they are splitted and they are not as full as when they are wigged here. So we use our local machines to wig a lot of our wigs. Like most of the ones you are seeing in the stores are wigged hair, they are colored hair. Though we do some factory colors, but not as much as we color for people here. We do a lot of colors because people come up with different shades of gold, brown. So we just buy. It's just like buying bundles is like getting your materials, then coming up with exactly what your customer wants. Like 2-3 years back, a lot of people, they believe in fixing their hair. They want to use bundles and all that. But as time goes on, they believe that as time goes on, we also notice that the sales for bundles are it's not as much as before. It has really reduced. So we just decided to come up with wigs, and it has really been a very good one for us and for customers. You'll be able to buy exactly what you are saying. Like when we advertise our products on Instagram, you'll be able to buy exactly what you are saying. There'll be no different. Like when we tell you that this hair is made with this hair and you give it to a stylist, they might not be able to come up with exactly what you have seen. That would be a big conflict between the seller and the buyer. So we decided to make it as wigs for customers. You come in, you get your wigs, or you can order for it and you come back for pickup. So that's why a lot of people, and I think fixing of hair is tiring these days. It has got to the stage that there are some hair that complement your outfit. So that is why a lot of ladies, they want to have a lot different wigs. They believe when you are wearing a long dress, you should wear a short wig on it. So a lot of ladies want to get wigs so that they can complement with their outfits. We have a lot of challenges getting closures and frontals. So a lot of people we are still selling closures, but now very expensive. Like right now, what I'm telling you right now is I've been expecting a good for the past 1 month now, that they're having customs issues. Maybe because of the agents, they can't pay, they can't afford what they're asking them to pay. So it's delaying the goods, and customers are really not happy about that. The way they are bringing in China merchants and all that will be a very difficult task for vendors in Nigeria, because most ladies will rather go to them and buy directly, and that will be a very big problem. So in the next 5 years, I think a lot of vendors will need to move from a lot of things, not even hair alone. Like Chinese, they come into the market to see if they can get a shop and still want to compete with you, knowing fully well that you are buying directly from their country. So that in the next 5 years might be a big challenge for vendors.
My goals for this shoemaking, this thing, is for me to be worldwide. Like they should know me everywhere in all the old countries. Like this lady, at this my tender age, I want to be very, very popular. Like so people to know me about this shoemaking. I want to have a very big store, a big showroom. Go for a runway to showcase my design, and also for an exhibition also. I started when I was 14. That was 2018. It was when we were on holiday, so my auntie, she introduced me to the job, so she asked me to just come and learn. When I started, I was not really interested. The work was not really easy. It was stressful, going to the market, coming back, filing. When I started, my hand was paining me. I was so tired. Carry all those heavy material, because I was not used to it. All those materials. That was something tell me that all these materials that are mainly for boys and men, not for ladies. So you just started. You're just telling me that I'll get used to it. When I got to understand more about the job, I found so many interests in it. I was a little bit discouraged by some other people that there are so many other trades for you to learn. Like, why are you learning these? So many things, but I stood to my words. When I started, if I show someone, I say this one is not neat, it's so this thing, it's so this thing, they do complain. But we all what they do say. I was never defeated, so I stood to my word, because when you have something, when you are determined for something and you want to achieve something, but I face so many challenges in this work. I feel so happy about it, because a lot of people are outside. I don't have any hand work, because I feel so opportune. I'm so unique by this work I'm doing, because most people, they'll be like, a little girl like this. My dad, when I was about to start, he asked me not to go, that why will I go and learn, that I should go for another another option, but I told him that that was what I wanted to learn. He did not allow me. My mommy really stood beside me. She supported me, bought filing machine for me, bought some materials for me, gave me money to get them myself, to start practicing to be perfect.
When I told her that, they said no, mommy, my lord, shoemaker, you know, Lori no ni. I said, your daddy said you should not do it. And we didn't tell her dad until she made the slippers for me, and I showed her dad and see what Fetia did. He now said, Fetia did. I showed him another one. I showed him another one. He said, So he now said, can she make slippers for one of my friend, a lady? She said, what's her size? I said, this is her size. And I'll show her dad his machine, filing machine. He now said, what's doing? I said, yes. So my dad said I should not do it before. I said, no problem.
Making things for yourself will be so easy. Like, I don't make bags, shoes, like I don't need anything. Like, I don't need anything from someone, like borrowing something or asking someone for something I need, especially footwears. Like, I do make slippers for myself, shoes, sandals. I don't go to work when it's time for school. I do go to school. Then when I'm back, I don't go anywhere. Only when we are on vacation, on holiday, that's when I do go there for like 2 months or 3 months. Then when we resume, I'm going to continue schooling. Then if you have another holiday, I'm also going to go. I also work when I come out for school. If I have any work to do at home, I do work on weekend, not during school hours. So I work weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Like, if I have any other work, like if someone asks me or want to patronize me to do anything during school hour, I'll collect it, then I'll find a way to do it, and I'll give it to the person during school hour, after school. But I don't go to work during school hour. My school and my shoemaking is not affecting me. The process of shoemaking is very, very easy. Firstly, you need to get your pattern. The size pattern, then you trace it on either your rubber. If you are doing a Maconora, this thing, what I did today was foreign sew. So you build the insole in it. The marco, you trace the pattern on the marco. Then after you cut it, then when you cut it, you also trace it on the carry board. Then you apply gum on it. You let the gum dry. Then you glue it together. Then you file it to smoothen the edges. Then after filing, you also place it on your lining. After placing it on your lining, you trace it. After tracing it, then you apply gum on it. Then you fold the edges, the insole. That's the insole have been built. Then you file the sole. After filing the sole, the pattern for the upper, you cut it. You also apply gum, the same procedure. Then you use your last. You use it to last the insole with the upper. And after lasting, then you file. Then after filing, you apply gum. Then you glue it together. Then you hammer. That's all. We have shoes. We have sandal. We have Birkenstocks. We have foreign sew, we have heel, we have wedge, so many design, and we have so many design or so many patterns of design in shoemaking. Most of the time, I won't be able to work for like a week or month because there's no lights. When our lights spoil, I have to wait for NEPA to bring the lights, and I don't have gen that do carry it, so light is number one. And materials also. Because when I go to the market now, it might not be the same price I bought it last week. I'm going to see the same material the same week. My goals for this shoemaking, this thing, is for me to be worldwide. Like, they should know me everywhere in all the old countries. Like this lady, this my tender age. I want to be very, very popular. Like, so people to know me. About this shoemaking. I want to have a very big store, a big showroom, go for a runway to showcase my design, and also for an exhibition also. My advice to younger people like me outside there, that they should not be discouraged about anything they want to, anything they're determined to do, they should not be discouraged. And also, they should also work hard, because working hard is also the key. They should work hard, never give up, not to give up, and not to relent also on anything they want to do.
Even if she wants to be a doctor, whatever she wants to be, this is an handwork. She can easily do it for his colleague, all her colleagues, his colleagues, as in she can open her own business shop and be employ people there. As in everybody will know. She will be a role model for someone coming, all youth coming up again at her back. So I wish her best.